This notorious federal court case followed the 1997 publication of a memoir entitled Goodbye Jerusalem by fringe politician Bob Ellis. The book gave an account of a conversation with a politician named Rodney Cavalier. The conversation was utterly false. Random House accepted and Cavalier always maintained it never happened. However, in the book, Ellis claimed that Cavalier had said of two politicians during their university years, "They're both in the right wing of the Labor Party, till the one woman had sex with both of them and married one of them and inducted them into the Young Liberals." The two politicians in question were Peter Costello, Treasurer of Australia, and Tony Abbott, later the Prime Minister. The woman was Mr Abbott's wife, Margie. These were people living particularly public lives and whose prospects depended substantially on their personal character. The question for the court was whether the statement in the book was actually defamatory. There's nothing wrong with a person having more than one partner during their time at university. There's nothing wrong with marrying one of those partners. There's nothing wrong with a person changing their political allegiance. The plaintiffs had to rely on what is known in defamation law as innuendo. They had to argue that the words conveyed something more than what you might think from a simple reading. In this case, they argued that, as well as being untrue, the words implied a shallowness and lack of political conviction on the part of Mr Abbott and Mr Costello, on the basis of the suggestion that they had each changed their political conviction after allegedly being involved with Mrs Abbott. Second, they argued that the words implied that Mrs Abbott had been prepared to enter relationships with the intention of obtaining political converts. Justice Beaumont said, "A person may be defamed by an imputation of a disability in the performance of the functions of his or her office, although the imputation does not expose him or her to hatred, contempt or ridicule. A false statement about a person to his or her discredit is defamatory. Thus, to attribute to a person a want of capacity as the holder of an office will be defamatory. The mere imputation of a lack of ability to discharge the duties of that office is sufficient." The court found that the imputations had been proved and were defamatory, and the Abbotts and the Costellos were awarded substantial damages.